OPEC and its allies on Thursday agreed to accelerate oil production in July and August as the cartel's linchpin, Saudi Arabia, bowed to U.S. pressure to cool a crude price rally that has threatened to stall the global economy. They bowed to pressure. They decided to make money after Biden begged. That's the more accurate way to put it. We were not negotiating from a position of strength. And I say, don't ever enter a negotiation until you can negotiate from a position of strength. We were not negotiating from a position of strength. Biden went with hat in hand and was begging. Remember the first time, when was that? The first time he went? Was it before Christmas? Yeah, it was. And he had asked them to increase output and they ignored him. And the very next day, remember we had this headline, they increased the price per barrel. So this is not them bowing to pressure. I love how FT is like, Financial Times is like, oh, they bowed to pressure. Like Biden went over there and swung it around. No, that's not what happened. Come on. That's not what happened.
Look, if I'm making widgets and then I look at the market and see the price of widgets is way up, I'm going to decide to produce more widgets. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what OPEC's doing.
They're going to make cash money, M-O-N-N-A-Y, money. That's what's happening. So you have OPEC's two powerhouses, UAE and Saudis. They are increasing this output. So here's the thing. This came right after the European Union agreed to impose a stupid, kind of irrelevant partial ban on Russian oil imports. Now, I made brief mention of this yesterday or the day before yesterday. They are only disallowing for the tankers, basically. So oil tankers by sea. Still allowing it from the pipelines. So they'll still take that Russian fuel from the pipelines. That's totally fine. So that's why it's kind of inconsequential. And after that, they decided that they will they'll increase their output to offset the Russian shortages. Because you know what? They see a great opportunity for themselves here. They see... Here you have, let me just look at this strictly business. Here you have European Union, saying we're going to disallow energy from tankers. The pipeline, the regular pipeline is still great though. But still, nonetheless, it does create a little bit of an opening there for a new market. The Middle East would love that. They would love to increase that. So they're going to, oh, totally. So yeah, it wasn't just bowing to U.S. pressure. They saw an opportunity. They also saw an opportunity to increase for the U.S., so to increase what they're receiving, their market share for U.S., and then also Europe. We could be doing that easily. We could, you know what, we could do that easily, and we could still also develop alternative energies. I don't know, what would, they act like it's a sin to do both. Look, I'm telling you, I am not opposed to green tech at all. Not at all. But I am opposed to stupid artificial market control that tries to prop up an industry that's not totally ready for prime time. And in some instances, depending on what specific type of alternative energy you're looking at, won't ever be able to be like a prime time reliable. That's just the way it is. Fossil fuels are plentiful. That's the way, I don't understand why we can't be energy independent, also not put us more under the control to OPEC, not have Europe beholden to OPEC at a greater percentage. We could do this easily. Easily we could do this. But because of politics, we don't. The only reason is politics. That's it. And all these people, they keep talking a great game about energy independence, and they talk a great game about green energy. We've talked about this so many times before, yet they want to make us dependent upon China for rare earth elements. That is absolutely required for their for EVs, for batteries, all this stuff. I think we have one facility, because it takes, from what I was told by energy experts, it takes like 7 years. And that's just if there's no hurdles to get a rare earth element mine. And so I think there's a couple right now that are like nearing the end of it, but there's no way we're going to be dependent on China because China has the monopoly on this. I don't know why we can't develop our own rare earth element extraction, increase our domestic output so we don't have to be reliant upon OPEC and the Russians, and also make it to where it's a national security issue, to where European nations don't have to be reliant upon Russia. Do you see how this energy is a path to peace? Because you are thwarting the ability of tyrants to expand market share, expand influence, and expand their wealth that they use to fuel their aggression. But we don't do this. Yeah, like I said, I'm not opposed to having alternative energies as well. I'm totally not opposed to that. I just think it's dumb when we manipulate the market to try to boost something that's not at that point yet that it can fully compete with fossil fuels. It's just not there.